DocTalk is brought to you by Merck Animal Health. At Merck Animal Health, we're shaping the future of animal health with pioneering science, connected technology, and insights-driven solutions to bring our customers an unparalleled portfolio of choices to improve cattle care and operational efficiency. We support you and your legacy by helping you meet the challenges of today with the innovations of tomorrow.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Today we're going to have a great show. Today we're going to be in Tama, Iowa with the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. We're going to have Julie Gray, Natalie Nichols, and so much more. We're going to talk to you about developing leaders and a program that's important for your community. Stay tuned.
They're here, they're hungry, and they can't be stopped with ivermectin. Choose Safeguard when you deworm your cattle to take out resistant parasites like brown stomach worm, Cooperia, Nematodirus, and others. With Safeguard's efficacy, you can kill more resistant worms in your cattle, so you don't leave potential on the table. Consult your veterinarian for the diagnosis and treatment of parasitism. Then bite back at safeguardworks.com.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. We're glad you joined us. Look who I got here. I've got Julie Gray. And Julie is the mentor, the teacher, the driver of this Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team.
Right. Well, you give me too much credit. It's the team that does the work.
You always say that. I've been very impressed. I've worked with them for many years on their projects and been at their banquets and that. And just kind of talk to me how this got started.
It started with an email from two young ladies that were members of a Tama County Youth Beef Team that I started in 2002 because my 4 children were interested in being on a beef team through the Association of Iowa Cattlemen's Foundation Youth Beef Team. So we got that going, and then over the course of a couple of years, my schedule got really busy with 4 children involved in everything and anything. It dwindled down to 3 members. 2 of those young ladies called me and said, "Hey, I know you helped my uncle and your daughter compete in the beef extravaganza. Would you help us?" And that is really what ignited the fire to go.
And so then you started this 10 years ago?
10 years ago, almost to the day of today.
What are your goals? What are your mission? You know, what do we want to accomplish with this team?
Well, you know, our name's the Beef Team, right?
Yep.
And so you would think it's about beef, and it is. But beef is a catalyst to make these young people realize about their gifts and talents and to accentuate their strengths and build up their weaknesses. Because, you know, nobody has a failure when they're that age, 12 to 18, right?
Yeah.
You're still learning. So that's what it's all about. And we use various venues to accomplish that task. We're fortunate to be in the ag industry, who is unparalleled in how they support their youth.
And there's nothing more important to the sustainability than people. And when I see what you're doing and thinking about community and sustainability of our community, sustainability of our industry, sustainability of our, future, that's exactly what you're building.
We hope so, yes. We need our young people to become our future leaders and feel comfortable in that role and understand, be educated about what that means.
We have a lot of people watching this that are like, wow, we need to do this with our youth, right? Where's kind of the foundation or some format or something that somebody could go pick up and say, hey, how do I get this started?
Well, I think we've heard for years, if you want a good result, you have to have a good recipe, right? Mm-hmm. So you need to recruit those young leaders at the same time to find somebody that wants to captain the ship.
Yep.
And when you find that person, or you help that person identify that they have the capability to do it, just support them along the way, answer the questions, let them know the contacts.
Yep.
I've been doing this for 20 some years, let's just say it that way. And in all of that time, whenever I've asked someone to come in and make a contribution from the industry, mm-hmm. I've never been told no. I might have been told, I can't do it that night,
right.
Get back to me, but I've never been told no.
Well, I think that you're the one that's not telling anybody no, and you've been doing a great job. And folks, if we have to think about the sustainability of our industry, this is someone that's pouring their heart and soul into the youth for 10 years, 20 years. if you're thinking about a beef team, reach out to Julie Gray, Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more discussions with the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team here in Tama, Iowa. Welcome to Cattle Intel by Neogen. Biosecurity is about keeping infectious agents out of the herd, such as commingling of animals. Security of your operation is about keeping bad people out. You should always have a lookout for people that aren't associated with your operation if they're on your farm, on your ranch, on your feedlot. Stop and ask them what they're doing. Have a logbook so that you know people that come in and people that go out. All of these different steps are about the security and safety of your operation. And while we don't want to have to worry about the protection of these, sometimes people have bad intentions. Being on our toes, being vigilant is all about maintaining our security of our cow herds. Thanks for watching Cattle Intel by Neogen.
Are you a cattle feeder looking to manage for a stronger and more profitable set of cattle? Look no further than Identity Feeder. Identity Feeder utilizes DNA to gain insight into your cattle's genomic potential, with the information to predict performance, quality, and economic endpoints for cattle feeders. Animals are scored and ranked in a simple format, driving more precise and accurate management decisions. Identity Feeder gives you the power to predict days on feed, manage variability within lots, characterize carcass performance, and focus on metrics important to you and your operation. With the data provided, you will identify superior animals earlier and maintain high operational efficiency. Maximize your profit and optimize performance with Identity Feeder.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. We're in Tama, Iowa. This is Natalie Nichols, who is the president of the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. And been at this a little bit, haven't you?
Yep, since 6th grade. Graduate in May, so.
Awesome. And so kind of tell me what your, if you were thinking about your favorite opportunity or favorite activity that y'all have done, what has that been?
In middle school, I went to the Iowa Vets Lab, and we learned about all their classes that they take and how they are going to impact us in the future. And we also got to tour the diagnostic lab in Ames, too. So that was a fun trip.
That's a big diagnostic lab and
Yes.
a big project that they're doing. And so if you were going to describe to people out there, because we have a lot of people watching that are, beef oriented. They have kids but they don't have beef teams.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do with the beef team? What are some of your goals and projects and things like that?
Yeah, so we meet each month with industry leaders, and Julie will set up somebody to come and speak to us, or we'll have tours at different places like the Iowa State Vets Clinic and stuff. And we talk to them, learn about how we can benefit the beef industry from just being youth and how our stories do matter and how we can get that out to the public.
Yeah. And so as we look at the development, I mean, how many people have gone through this?
It started 10 years ago with less than 10 people, and today we have over 70 people.
Oh my goodness. So when you start thinking, do you have people from varying beef backgrounds and different types of operations, and probably kids that aren't on farms that want to be part of the beef industry?
Yep, a lot of people are either feedlot or cow-calf like I am, and we vary from all different breeds of cattle, and we all come together and say, oh, this breed's better than this one, and we just all joke around. So.
As you run the meetings and you think through some of the projects, you also go to contests, correct?
Yep.
And what are some of the things that you have to learn to be advanced in these contests?
Julie does a great job of preparing us for a contest we take in our junior year and senior year, the Beef Extravaganza. So me and my partner have been working over a couple months now trying to prepare for that, meet with professionals in different industries, and they're going to prepare us for this extravaganza.
And so do they go through things from production and animal health?
Yep, to banking and nutrition and all that stuff. Yep.
So you learn about beef production in total, including the financial end of things.
Yes, yep.
What would be your advice to starting a group like this, or thinking through, how other groups, like maybe Tennessee or Texas or whatever, would start teams or start groups like this, what's the most important part?
Just reaching out to young kids who want to make an impact in the beef industry and getting them together, saying, okay, what can we do to promote this even more, and how can we show that we care and meet with people to share our story.
Yeah, and so you probably have shared your story then
Yep.
about the beef industry with consumers or with people, but you have to have the foundation, the understanding of production to be able to speak the language, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what our meetings are for. We talk to everybody, all different backgrounds, so we understand where to start and how we can build that up with our customers.
Well, thanks for being with us today. Thanks for a great 10 years and 10 more to come and all that jazz.
Yep.
But Natalie Nichols, future Iowa State Cyclone, here with the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team, Tama, Iowa. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more from the beef team.
Plant the seeds of financial security today with United Patriot Coins Precious Metals Starter Pack, the Patriot Pack. Exclusive offer for our DocTalk family. Call now and secure your financial future. Strengthen your roots with silver and gold. Call United Patriot Coin today and ask for the DocTalk special offer.
In the livestock industry, castration is a common practice to ensure proper herd management. All methods are painful, regardless of the age of the animal. At Solvit, we could not ignore the clear industry need for better castration solutions. So we developed Lidoband, a novel lidocaine-impregnated elastrator, addressing the pain associated with band castration. It provides local anesthesia throughout the castration process. Lidoband, a small device that can make a big difference.
Ranchers, looking to elevate your pasture management game? Turn to Heinen Brothers for expert aerial application. With state-of-the-art equipment and seasoned pilots, we deliver precision treatments right to your fields. From fertilizers to herbicides, Heinen Brothers has your pasture covered. Visit HeinenBrosAg.com to learn more.
When the ones who have your heart need your help, count on us for everything they deserve, delivered fast. We'll work hard for you so you can work hard for your dreams.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thompson here in Tama, Iowa, and this is Carson Woolbeater. And Carson was a former member of the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. And just kind of tell me a little bit about what you're doing now, Carson.
Well, Dan, I went to Iowa State, got a 4-year degree in agricultural studies.
Yeah.
I went back to the family farm. I started selling seed, and I'm also an ag lender at the local savings bank in town. And I farm with my grandparents and got a herd of my own cows and farm some corn and soybeans. So,
what were some of the things that, when you think back to the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team and the things that you did on that you see that have helped you or kind of pointed you in a direction you are today?
Well, I think it prepared me to be a leader and prepare me for job interview wise, professionally for college, and get out in the workforce, and a lot of knowledge that I could bring back to the family farm. And, I like to be involved in my community and just grow Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team, really. And it's a great thing we got going here.
Does it just kind of help with the overall networking of you as a community?
I would say so. I mean, mostly everybody in Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Teams within 20 miles of Tama here, and we got some with our farther than that out. And it's been able to create relationships, and Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Teams taught me how to create relationships and really just build for the future.
So obviously now they're probably calling on you to help with the beef team.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you incorporate what you're doing with them?
Well, Julie, she'll usually call us help with interviews, or they have the beef extravaganza scholarship contest every December, and we'll help out with the current members with projects and any questions that, just from our experience, help out with what we can.
What do you see as probably the thing that, if you had to go back and something you wanted to learn before you got in the business, what's the thing that you feel like maybe that's what you ought to hone in on?
Probably the EPD wise, I go to bull sales with Grandpa, so I know what to look for and stuff. But that's my weakest point.
As we sit there and think about the Iowa beef team, and you think about the future of it, what would you say to people out there that maybe they don't have a beef team in their area?
I would say, if you're within an hour or two of Tame, Iowa, reach out to Julie and come join the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. If not, then I would recommend starting your own beef team group, and I think it helps young kids grow as an adult and prepares them for the future.
Carson, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for all you do in the Tame area, and we're gonna look for big things from you here in the future.
Well, Dan, I appreciate you having me here.
You bet. Folks, thanks for watching DocTalk. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, more from Tame, Iowa. You're watching DocTalk, and we're glad you joined us.
I've been a veterinarian since 1987. My wife and I set up a practice in Monette, Missouri in 1989. We started using therapies shortly after it came out. I was overwhelmed with the positive response that we were getting from producers. They could noticeably see a difference. I have to admit that I was pretty skeptical at first. I am currently 110% sold on the product. There is no doubt in my mind that this is an added product that we can use on these cattle that is going to make a significant difference.
When it comes to treating BRD, you want a product that you can count on to get the job done at an affordable price. Macrocin by Bimeda delivers on both. A straight shooting, no BS tulathromycin that does what it's supposed to do. End of story. You don't need to take our word for it though. Go to macrocin.com for customer testimonials and head-to-head trial results. For your cattle and your bottom line, choose Macrocin.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thompson here in Tama, Iowa. We're with the celebration of the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. I have Brock Baldazzo here with me on the show, and welcome.
Great to be here.
Good. Tell me what you do.
I farm with my grandpa.
Yep.
We do about 2,000 acres of row crop and have about 180 cow-calf pair operation. I started a trucking company, so I do a little trucking on the side.
So what kind of trucking? What are you hauling?
I haul basically ag commodities, so seed out to dealers for farmers who put seed in the ground. Anything to do with ag commodities, corn, grain, seed, everything.
What I see is that, as we came in here and we're talking about this celebration of 10 years in the Iowa Beef, Mid-Iowa Beef Team, and there's other beef teams out there, but,
yep.
Talk a little bit about what your experience was like, what was the best parts of it for you?
When I joined, I went right into Beef Extravaganza, which was a big contest for the beef team. Every December they had a contest that took college level tests over a lot of, I think it was like 8, 9, 10 different aspects of beef: reproduction, credit docs, seed stock, anything to do with beef we learned about, and we had to take a test over it. And we jumped right into that my junior year of high school, did that junior and senior year, and that was 10 days a week for 3 months, learning about everything and anything to do with beef. So we jumped right into a contest, and it was fun. Learned a lot.
What I see is that I've seen y'all together, right?
Yep.
When you're on your beef team.
Yep.
But now what I don't see is when y'all are graduated and moved on, and now you're interacting with beef team members. Does it help with your businesses and just the community networking?
Yeah, beef team really allowed me to get out and meet people, meet different people I didn't know lived 8 miles down the road from me that had interconnections with this and this and that. And
probably drove some business your way when you got done, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you meet new people, meet connections, you start talking to farmers, they need something hauled, you start talking to farmers and they need help with cattle.
Yeah.
We're there.
And then I assume that you get brought back in to help with the beef team some too.
Oh yeah. And the phone rings, when Julie calls, you answer.
Right. And so then what are some of the things that you've helped with, maybe with your herd, or provided experiences, or just visited with the team?
Yeah, mainly visiting with the team, talking with the kids, helping out with exercises with the extravaganza contests, whatever, just anything and everything, whatever she needs you.
And the prep work for that extravaganza is all things beef, right? I mean, it's from beef science to nutrition to animal health to financing.
Yes, anything and anything to do with a cow.
This is what we call about sustainability. This is moving people forward bringing the community together
Yep.
and maintaining people here in the industry.
It was a great experience. I'm really glad that Julie had, I think Julie had come to me and asked to join the extravaganza contest, and I wasn't too sure at first. Like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work. You know, nine days a week having to practice for a contest, but that was the best thing I did. I enjoy it. I really do.
Well, thanks for being on the show, folks. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up here with the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team. You're watching DocTalk, and we're glad you joined us. Hey folks, Dr. Dan here. Welcome to DocTalk Season of Giving with Merck Animal Health. This week, we're going to give away a Safeguard drench gun. Okay, now how do you win that? You go on our website, www.doctalktv.com. Just click Season of Giving, register for our newsletter, and you'll automatically be entered to win this prize. If you win, we'll throw in a cap with it, and we'll see you down the road. Hey folks, for your firearm and ammo needs, for gun safes and much, much more, and to have it personalized, come visit us at United Patriot Supply outside of Seneca, Kansas. You can also visit us online at unitedpatriotsupply.com. Be sure to say that Dr. Dan and DocTalk sent you, and we'll see you down the road.
One animal has this huge impact on your operation.
BVDV is one of the most costly bovine diseases, with losses of $15 to $88 per head.
The virus will actually cross the placenta and get into the fetus. As it's developing, its immune system will recognize that virus as it's supposed to be here. And so then that's where our persistently infected animals come from. They're going to shed that virus their entire life, and then it's going to impact your operation.
It is important to work with your local veterinarian and partner with IDEXX for the best solution for your operation.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson, and I'm here with a dear friend, and Leah Mosier. And Leah and I have, let me just kind of give Leah a little introduction, Leah, because I came to Iowa State, newbie, didn't know anybody. You, your sister, your mom, your dad, but specifically you, were so nice to me, were so welcoming me back home to Iowa in the beef industry, and I just want to say thanks.
Hey, you know, selfishly, we were glad to have you there. So it was good for us.
Well, we did a lot of fun things, worked on a lot of different things, and man, you're off and running now. Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, out of college, graduated, they let me out, working at the Iowa Department of Agriculture, and then on nights and weekends, they call me the weekend warrior back home at the farm.
The Department of Agriculture, you're back home on the farm, and you were a beef team member.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were pretty passionate about this group.
Yeah, this was a group that was very formative in my experience growing up in the beef business, and I'd say arguably I wouldn't be as involved in Iowa's cattle business if it wasn't for the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team.
Yeah, and so, you know, as you now are in the Department of Ag and you see all these different things going on in agriculture, what would you recommend to other states maybe that don't have beef teams or groups of people? How do you just kind of get this thing up and rolling?
Yeah, Julie approached me I was fairly young at a conference, and my mom had told me, she's like, Julie can sometimes be scary, but don't be scared of her. And I said, okay, sounds good. And she got us involved. And I think that, you know, for other states, it takes a mentor, right? It takes somebody to step up to the plate and lead the charge. And Julie did that for us, and got a few students involved, me being one of them. And we put a group together and started inviting our friends. And I know that you've had Carson and Brock on earlier today. Yeah. And just those are two folks that are just, you know, so impactful in my life, and got them involved in beef extravaganza. And so I think that there's a way through a mentor to build some momentum around a program.
What do you think it does for the kids?
I think that specifically for Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team, the experiences and opportunities that these students are exposed to are second to none. I'd also say that arguably you can grow a huge network through this organization, and be that through Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team itself, or if you do some involvement in the state level, there's some people that are movers and shakers in today's industry. And so if you get involved, if you say yes to opportunities, you'll be able to find those.
What are some of the things that are going on in your job today with the beef industry?
Sure, yeah. Obviously at the department, we're involved in all facets of agriculture, and be that animal ag or otherwise. And I think on the animal space, looking a lot at foreign animal disease and traceability. And here in the state, we have a pretty good team looking at highly pathogenic avian influenza, and that's been something that's been pretty prevalent for us, and watching it now in dairy cattle, and ways that the state can continue to mitigate. And it is an all Iowa ag issue, and so finding ways to not spread it into other species.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for being on the show.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for all you're doing for all of agriculture, and thanks for representing the Mid-Iowa Youth Beef Team so well as you always have.
You're so kind. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for watching DocTalk. Remember, if you want to find us on the web, you can find us at www.doctalktv.com. Always work with your local veterinarian. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson with Leah Mosier, and we'll see you down the road.
At Merck Animal Health, we support you and your legacy by helping you meet the challenges of today with the innovations of tomorrow.